Hello. Good morning. Let's figure out how loud to make this music. I am creating a poll for the audio. Okay, let's make a poll for the audio. I have a feeling it's too loud. Let me turn it down a little bit to -7 or so dB. I'm currently okay. Let's make a poll for the audio. I have a feeling it's too loud. Let me turn it down a little bit to -7 or so dB. Yeah, that seems decent. Okay. So, today I'm gonna do some drawing. Gonna do some photoshopping. Where'd that one go? Gonna let people jump in here real quick. And then this is a little tall skeleton ad I made yesterday in Photoshop. I think it'd be fun to make another thing like this today as well. So yeah, the goal today, I've been animating this character in Blender. I've also been doing just some daily human form posing practice. So I think I'm just gonna bust through that real quick. And then finally could jump over and make another like tall skeleton ad type thing. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. And yeah, I guess I'll just get started. So I'm using this website called Quick Poses, and basically it like rapid fire shows you human form model photos to do drawing practice on. And it shows you like an image like 1 minute at a time basically. I can't show it on stream because it uses nude models a lot, so I'll have that on my other monitor. But I think I'm gonna use that site really quick to basically just jump through a bunch of drawing practice. And then finally, let me know how the music is. I usually do very slow-paced jazz. This is a bit higher paced Japanese jazz right now, and if it is stressful, people can let me know. So I'm just gonna get started. And then finally, I've said this in pretty much every stream, but the pen I'm using randomly cuts out and has random resistance, so if I'm just like drawing all crazy like this, it'll kind of eventually just lag and fully stop, although ironically it's the times I want to point that out that it works perfectly and not when I'm actually making art, so that's really cool. Okay, and then yep, that monitor is off of OBS. Okay. And so yeah, basically I'm using this website called Quick Poses, and it just really rapid fire shows you a bunch of human anatomy images, like 1 minute per pretty much. And the idea is to kind of just get into the practice of drawing anatomy type images as quickly as you can, kind of as a means of just getting used to drawing human proportions, blah blah blah. I don't know, it's helping me. I don't know what the goal is of the website, but it's helping me practice at the very least, because I have always just kind of drawn people extremely like head on and boring. Okay, and so that one, the timer is up and it's about to show me a new one. Okay. This would be more impressive, I think, or at least interesting, I don't know, if everybody could see the poses it is showing me to draw, but the website uses nude models a lot, so I cannot show it on stream. The thing is, too, is I haven't explored the website a lot. There's different options for what you can have it show you. So for all I know, if I did one of the other options, it would just show normal photos, but since I haven't experimented with the website a bunch, I don't want to take that risk right now and have it be showing random photos and accidentally break TOS. So I'm just going to be drawing blind here, but yeah, using quickposes.com to basically just practice drawing human anatomy as fast as possible. Alright, and it's basically showing each image for me to draw and mimic for about 1 minute each. I'm repeating myself a bunch because there's not a lot of people watching the stream yet, and people are just kind of jumping in and out, so I just want to repeat myself, and then once we get to maybe a little stable group of people watching, I'll stop repeating myself. But hope everybody is having a good day, and yeah. Okay, and that's like a minute on that one. Maybe it's even less than a minute, I have no idea. Yeah, that image is too similar, I'm gonna skip that one. Okay. I think one issue I've been having is I've had a habit of drawing these drawings too big, and I know that if I just make the canvas bigger, I'll probably just find a new way to be drawing too big, so I gotta work on that. I think maybe I just need to zoom into my canvas more. And the big thing that's been helpful about doing this drawing exercise has been not getting lost in the sauce of the details and just kind of getting the main information across really as fast as possible. For anybody just jumping in, I'm on quickposes.com right now, and it's rapid fire showing me anatomy pose photos that you're basically supposed to draw like 1 minute each, and it's just kind of a daily exercise in kind of learning how to draw form, which has been kind of my primary focus lately, because I really, more than anything, want to learn how to draw characters well and kind of get proportions down, kind of just be able to draw better perspectives, and all because I kind of just want to make some cartoons, I want to make films, and yeah. And I am not showing the website showing me the poses to draw because it uses nude models, and I don't want to break YouTube TOS. Arctur H Bug is already goated with the sauce, in my opinion. Assuming the meaning of that has not changed into some newfangled meaning and it just means being dope and awesome and chill as fuck. And yeah, basically, I learned about this website because of this one art challenge video. Not even challenge, but this guy just being like, hey, here's a discipline I did that helped me. And he basically described drawing like 60 anatomy poses every single day for 6 months. And I was like, that sounds cool, but how the frick do you even come up with 60 poses to draw? And at the very end of the video, he was like, I used this website called Quick Poses. I was like, oh, perfect. And it actually cycles through 20 images very fast. And so initially I was like, that does sound like a good discipline, but it sounds kind of hard. And then when I'm doing it, it's like kind of an enjoyable exercise. I only started doing it yesterday, but I went through a series of 20 like twice. So I did like 40 of these yesterday pretty much. And I will admit, I don't have formal education in drawing, and then I also don't have a teacher critiquing my work, so I don't know, it's like doing this is only so helpful right now. But as far as just an initial getting into the habit of trying to perceive and create drawings and anatomy and just kind of blowing through things quickly, I'm finding it helpful, and I'm sure I can figure out a more smart, educated way to make the use of a practice like this. But for now, this is just being kind of a self-taught bozo figuring it out. I'm finding this to be very helpful. And I figure, hey, can just do it at the very beginning of stream to kind of warm up. Two birds type business. And sometimes I run out of time. I think I will switch to more chill music in a sec because this Japanese 70s jazz is somewhat stressing me out, if I'm being so honest with myself. Okay, I need to change the music because, oh my god. Not the morning chill vibes I normally do. Hold on. Made me feel like I was like a fucking in an anime tournament arc. Okay, hold on. Yeah, let's go back to Jazz Ghibli. And what do you know? The moment I make the music more relaxing, a few people jump in here. So that's fun. For anybody jumping in, I'm using a website that shows me anatomy poses like 1 minute each at a time, and the idea is to draw like a bunch of these just really, really quickly as a kind of just very raw form of practice. And I am not showing the images on screen because this website uses nude models a lot, and I haven't quite figured out how to make a safe for work only version of the website run, so I don't want to risk it by showing the website on stream. But for now, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing some warm-up anatomy drawings because I'm very new to actually practicing getting good at drawing. It was always just something I did for fun as a hobby, and now I'm trying to do it the right way. Or at least learn some of the things that people who do it the right way do, and then I'll go back to doing it the wrong way because it's fun. Hope everybody is having a good Thursday. I've always fucked with Thursdays. Thursday's a good energy. It's like, it's the end of the week, you're feeling relaxed, but sometimes the weekend coming up has a pressure of its own. Sometimes the weekend coming up has a pressure of its own. And so, Thursday's a good day to like have a normal day, but also it's like, chill out a little bit. You're gonna think about what your weekend's gonna look like. Good morning, Alex. How are you doing? Oof, I am doing a bad job on this one. But that's fine. That's why we're doing this. Because being bad at something is the first step to being good at something. Anytime you're bad at something and you want to be good at it, just remember, like, well, you're following the steps. I'm gonna run out of time on this one. I think I'm revising it too much. Maybe not. Maybe I had the exact right amount of time I actually needed. I'm doing good. I feel like I've been extra focused on making art and being productive lately. I've been drawing a lot, and sometimes, it is easy to get a little bit fearful, like, okay, am I just doing this to procrastinate my other more main projects, which would be, planning film and video shoots, because I want to be making sketches and movies this year. However, I've been finding that being eager to draw lately and get better at drawing, if anything, has actually been putting me in just kind of a more focused and I think present state of mind the last few days. And it's really led to me kind of wanting to do even more stuff. So if I have an idea for a little funny comedy skit, I've been trying to, like, at the very least, write like a draft of it or an outline just to kind of get my ideas fleshed out and make it feel more real. And then from there, I'm like, okay, well, I keep writing ideas, but I gotta like actually plan and make these. And so I think I'm going to film a comedy skit sometime this next week with my friend Dylan, as long as we both have the energy and the want to do it. And so yeah, I'm trying to stay active and just keep making things and kind of make my channel feel a bit more alive this year, make my skill growth a bit more active, and just kind of really make use of the time. So yeah, I'm definitely in a bit of a mindset of abundance right now that feels good, and I'm just trying to monitor it and not let it turn into a state of mania. Because mania can feel really good until it doesn't. And I don't want to be depressed. I'm skipping a few here. Skip. Okay, yeah, I'll do that one. Yeah, I keep drawing too big and then running out of canvas space to actually draw the whole thing it wants me to draw, which is probably not good for my proportions. Oh, this is 19 out of 20, so this will be the second to last one. Yeah, Jarrell told me ahead of time he was gonna introduce himself as me, which I thought was very funny, and I was like, please do that. Yeah, I really want to do the Jarrell versus me episode. You could like, I'm not gonna tell you how to run your shit, but I don't know if it was like Tall Skeleton versus Jomo, and that's like your clickbait or whatever. I think that'd be really fun. Yeah, I think the Jeopardy's been turning out really good, dude. You're definitely running it very efficient and professionally. Okay, I gotta give up on that one. Okay, final one. Nope, I don't want to draw that. Okay, this one looks hard. So let's do it. Okay, that is all 20. Shit. Okay. Now to do some more artistic stuff. If anybody remembers, this is Bug. This is the character we created, and then this is a little tall skeleton like Photoshop ad I made yesterday. I think it'd be fun to make another kind of tall skeleton type post. Maybe chat could help me figure out the aesthetic to go for. With this one, I was very inspired by, I mean, I'm always inspired by nature, honestly. That's kind of my go-to default people will probably find with art. But also, I'm down to do other types of aesthetics. Kind of going for like a magazine cover type thing, because I think I'll want to release tall skeleton zines at some point. And then, so yeah, I can definitely do a different theme or aesthetic than this one. And then as far as this character goes, I've been doing a little animation of her in Blender, and I was thinking I could work on that in stream a little bit. And then finally, I suppose if anybody really wanted me to draw or Photoshop something, I'm down to take requests or whatever. I feel like wired right now. I don't totally know why, but I definitely find my mind racing very fast right now. So I'm going to try to chill out, slow down a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna put up a little poll. Do you guys want me to work on animation? Okay. I'm gonna... Okay. Also, there's not that many people watching, so you guys can just send chat messages. But people like polls, people like clicking on buttons. Let me know if you would rather Photoshop collage ad. Winning by 1 vote, mind you. Whoever voted for that. Do you have a theme or an idea of something like this I should work on? Trying to think. Yesterday, I just kind of went to Pinterest. And here, why don't I pull up the, let me pull up the Blender project so people can see what exactly the animation I'm doing is. Okay. So basically, I'm taking the bug character that we have here, and I have her in Blender doing a dance. Now, I don't really know how to animate. I'm very new to all of this. So the way I did this is I downloaded a dance video on TikTok. And basically, I used AI to overlay the drawing over her. Now, I did this not for rotoscope tracing reasons. So, you know, because as you can see, when I draw the keyframes, the proportions are still quite different, specifically on the head. And then also, the AI gets it really wrong on the limbs at times. And I definitely don't want this to just look like a rotoscope traced video. I want this to look more like traditional 2D animation with like animation principles of like exaggerated frames, you know, which I think I did best like right here with this little bounce. And so the reason I did this is a very simple meat and potatoes reason. I'm not very good at drawing and animating yet, or at least I'm learning. And so I figured if I did this, it would at the very least be able to kind of help free my mind from having to imagine her outfit placement and her ear placement and stuff like that. And so for very practical reasons, just, you know, this person's wearing a skirt, my character isn't, running it through this person replacement AI just kind of allowed me to still use the exact same person movement as reference, but just kind of with my character's outfit and head, essentially. And the AI actually retained the bunny ears, probably because it thought it was hair or something like that. And this is basically the input drawing I fed it. And, you know, character drawings, you know, do have different proportions to, like, people. I think the big thing is, like, the head is usually a lot bigger than in real life. And so, yeah, that's basically what we're doing here. And so essentially, I have drawn out just about all of the main keyframes. And so my next stage was I was going to find like pivotal in between drawing frames to draw. And then from there, I think what I was going to do is I was going to duplicate this project file and then kind of move around the timing so I can kind of exaggerate some of the key moments so it doesn't have like the exact timing as the original video. So yeah, that is the general idea of the animation. And then again, as far as Photoshop goes, this is a tall skeleton ad I made yesterday, and I was thinking just practicing Photoshop and doing more stuff like this would be fun. Just to break down this one I made, so this clover is added in, the text is added in obviously. What else? Yeah, this ladybug was added into the foreground. This is like the foot of a crocodile skeleton, because I thought it would be... The thing about skeletons is all animals have them, so I realized that with Tall Skeleton as a brand, I'm like, even though that is my name, I do kind of visually find like a human skeleton maybe a little bit overly Halloween-y, and from a design principle, I was kind of like, I don't know how inspired I am by it, ironically. And so that's where I was like, oh, I can resort to like animals and monsters and stuff like that and kind of subvert, I think, like expectations a little bit. And so, yeah, that is what is going on with this one I made yesterday. And I kind of like collaging images and making them look not like a collage, but kind of creating like a whole new scene just with like putting, yeah, I guess just doing Photoshop is the best way to put it. But I only have one vote in the poll, and chat is crickets, so I don't know if the animation sounds fun or if the Photoshop collaging sounds good, but I'm thinking maybe I will do Photoshop right now. So then I guess the next question is what vibe to do. Alex. Yeah, so a graveyard thing would be on the nose. So I guess the question there would be like how to make it just a little bit more interesting. What sort of graveyard scene could it be? Maybe if it was like a giant... I mean, this one would be an extremely literal thing, obviously, but maybe if it was like a giant graveyard type thing and it was a bunch of like small beings happening upon it, that could be kind of cool. Maybe like... Let's just mess around. So here, one sec. I'm gonna change it to where I'm OBSing onto my other screen and not on my drawing tablet. One sec. Okay, I'm back. Let's see here. Okay, let me go to Photoshop and then let me get the stream back up so I can see chat. So... what sort of environment? Should it be a forest? Should it be a beach? Mars? Could do like a volcano thing. Let's see. Maybe instead of a traditional headstone, it should be like a giant, something more ancient feeling, like a giant stone. Just a giant, naturally occurring type deal would be cool. Yeah, I could rock with that for now. And you know what? Let's do that. It is so crazy that Photoshop has this select subject option now. Now in this case it is totally not doing what I want it to do, and so is what it is. I have to imagine it's making my project files a lot bigger, and so I should probably do some tests to see how worth it is sometimes, but I use masks to be able to paint on and off stuff, essentially. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll do like an initial mask, and then I'll put it in a folder, and then the folder can have its own mask Now in this case, that's a bit unnecessary, but there we go. I've been finding lately that I kind of like having a middle gray backdrop instead of white, black, or transparent because, I don't know, I feel like I wind up using white and black backgrounds in my actual design a lot. And I want to be able to distinguish. God, one of the biggest annoying things to me about modern Photoshop is they re-defaulted the letter G to gradient instead of paint bucket. And I get why, I guess. Gradients are powerful, but like, boy do I be using the paint bucket more just for filling in masks with the color black. Okay, hold on, please. I think for music, I think I'm gonna switch off of the jazz and do some synthwave today. As long as it's not too sleepy. Uno momento. Hold on. One sec. Okay. Alex, I'm thinking, maybe it could be like a beach forest type town. Let me look at Moonrise Kingdom filming location. Where was that filmed? Rhode Island in Connecticut. Okay, good to know. Use this for now. That is very low quality. Hold on. I remember one of my favorite assignments in Photoshop class was doing stuff like this, where essentially you had to create a whole new scene around existing images and kind of make it look all like real and shit. Okay. Alex, when you said that people were believing Jarrell when he said he was me, was that like in the comments or on Reddit? How did that shake out? That's so funny. Yeah, when Jarrell was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna introduce myself as you," I was like, "That'll be good to create some confusing lore." Okay, and then the key to this art piece today, I think, is gonna be trying to make this gravestone site feel like massive. And so let me put this guide here too, and then let me get the tall skeleton logo just as a placeholder. Here, actually, do that one. Oh, on the Reddit, that's funny. Okay, let me maybe instead of saying tall skeleton, just to kind of create more logo visual stuff, maybe I could do this as a kind of imprint on the stone. I don't know if this is even gonna work, but worth trying. I feel like sometimes with Photoshop I just kinda try to see if I can create an effect using some of my existing skills or whatever, and sometimes the way in my head I have of how I want to do it winds up being like, it totally works, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, glad that theory worked. And then other times it does not at all, and it's just like, alright, back to the drawing board. So a lot of Photoshop stuff I'm very much so just kind of coming up with as I go, and not like doing tutorials per se. Okay, let me do that, and then that, and then I'm gonna come back to that. Well, let me try one more thing. Okay, that's kind of more so what I was going for. All this shit though, let me clean this stone up. All these giant dark spots are making it annoying. I can always just add stone cracks back in later, if I'd like. Okay. So, let me do all that shit again. Let's see here. I don't know, we'll come back to that. Not the best looking, not the worst. Okay, let's make this a little grave site now. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Let's see. What about this? Nah. Pot. How about mound of soil? How about bed? Bed. gonna use that as a starting point. Okay, and now we are gonna do that, nope, we're gonna go to select, we're gonna, actually no, would it be contract or expand right now? I guess it would be expand still, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna hit generative fill with no prompt. So you're trying to expand things using the Photoshop AI, using no prompt always works best. Don't put in like extend them. Oh, they made it a forest. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. That's kind of mostly what I was going for. And I actually really like the, like, perspective wise, and also I like the winding road it kind of created. That's cool. Okay, let's put the stone here. Okay. Oh yeah, you gotta, the Photoshop AI is amazing, dude. Okay. Let's do that, and then let's paint it in. Make this way less colorful. Jarrell, that is so true. And honestly, you saying that makes me feel better because I wasn't sure if that was coming across. Okay. wait, whoops. I can't pull up Discord on stream. Almost did that. Whoopsie. That would have been bad. Okay. Yeah, if that happens again, just start screaming no in the chat. Just be like, no! Doing the some of the color grade early is kind of a procrastination move, but then also occasionally it can kind of help me feel out whether or not the main edit is actually looking kind of cohesive and aesthetically good or not, or if any of the images I'm using are like sticking out like a sore thumb or anything. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. Double whoops. Okay, I'm back. And then, was it this one, this one, this one, this one? Okay. I'm gonna do something I don't totally know how to do, but I'm gonna see if it works. So I want to isolate these shadows here. Onto the soil. So I found out recently about this, which I didn't really know was a thing. And this definitely seems to be a really good way of how to isolate some stuff like this. I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna make it all dark. I'm gonna Gaussian blur it, and then I'm gonna put it on overlay. Oh, don't freeze Photoshop. I should hit save. And then I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. And so now, yeah, that's decent enough. Have those grass shadows that were there before I added in the soil. Okay. Now to make now to make this feel humongous. We gotta do that now. We gotta make this feel humongous. So let's do trying to find a good photo of like a small crowd of people. Let's see here. Because I remember. Yeah, I'm gonna work with something like this to make it feel big. Let's see here. Okay. Do I have any grass brushes? I must. Did I already go past that, or is it at the bottom? Little wisps. What the hell? Oh, it's a child. Okay, that's why. What up, Joe? Oh shit, we got 7 people now? Crazy. We're making a little tall skeleton ad the way I did yesterday. Yeah, I had people vote between animating bug and making another tall skeleton Photoshop, and only one person voted, and it was for Photoshop. But now I see that we have 2 more votes and it's still winning, so I guess it is what it is. But here's the progress of this, which is pretty cool, I think. And yeah, Alex said let's go on the nose and let's Let's do a graveyard thing. Which, I'm like, sure, why not? Oh, is this canvas, like, huge, or is the one I did yesterday, like, small? Which is it? Image size. Okay, it's not that big. I guess the one I did yesterday just was a little bit smaller. Ooh, that is way too intense. Okay. I'm gonna turn that off for now. And then, yeah, let's keep looking for a good image of, like, people looking really tiny. Yeah, I think we could use this. Might be perfect, actually. So let's see. I wonder what select subject will do. Okay, that's pretty good. I saw Jarrell stealing my name, and I sanctioned it. He gave me a heads up ahead of time, and I said, that is very funny. Definitely do that. Okay, Alex, I think you've been bamboozled. I think Jarrell has lied and deceived you. You may think I was on your show, but I was not. It was Mr. Jomo himself. Okay. Doing all the masking for this is probably going to be really annoying, but this will be cool. I think this will be a cool effect. Let's see what happens when I do that. Ooh, yeah, this is fire, actually. This is fire. This is fire. Yes. This is sick. Oh, what if all the people made a giant TS? That would be so sick, actually. Hold on. It kind of already looks like that, too. So true, Riley. So true. Okay. They're kind of already shaped like a giant TS. Hold on. I'm having a brain blast, people. I'm having a brain blast. Also, Jarrell, if you want to call in, you can call in. But I know you probably got stuff to do. I kind of derailed your entire day the last time you called in, so. Ooh. Okay, yeah, this is actually about to get so elevated you guys don't even know, except you do because you're smart people. And you see the vision. Oh, thank God Photoshop allows me to change... Oh, fuck. Okay. I don't want to hit enter yet because, I was going to say, though, thank God Photoshop allows me to turn down the opacity while doing the warp. Jarrell, I think that's you. I think you're the one who's best friends with old James Wiener. Could be wrong, but that's what I've been told by you as well. You're like, yeah, that guy's my best friend. Jarrell, are you editing Jomo episode number 9000, or are you doing some Mo time on something? Hey, speaking of which, where was the new episode of Mo time this week, buddy? Where was that, huh? Yeah, so true. Oh, hey, this is the first time I haven't linked the Patreon and begged for money. Boink. 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 There we go. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so now the question is, in chat, you can even weigh in on this. It's like, should it be that the people form the letters or the negative space around them forms the letters? No time for mo time. Bruh. Let me look at it from far away. So this is looking like a T to me, and then this is looking like a S. Where are these people? Where have I put them? Okay. People, 1. You think the negative space would be cooler? Perhaps you're right. Perhaps you're right. This is my very efficient method. Okay. We're gonna clean all that up later. So, let's turn this down just to have a kind of idea of what it was before. And then I'm gonna turn that down a bit too. Bro is split. Alright, let's try out negative space. I don't know. People standing in the shape of the letters could be pretty cool. Could be popping a little bit more. I know they be saying the customer's always right, but in this case, let me just experiment really quick. Let me just isolate these fine folk in Cheyun, China, or wherever it is, where they mine for jade. Little did they know they'd be used for a YouTube channel advertisement. Little did they know. Okay, so that's what a T would roughly look like. And then let me find another random cluster of folks. Dude, that episode wasn't even that long ago, too. Like, in the grand scheme of things, that was like last year, like early last year, or maybe the very end of 2023. The song that played in the... This is the song that plays in those jade mining TikToks that Ethan was obsessed with, and it's so good. I really like this song a lot. Okay, We tried it, and I'm thinking negative space will be better because it'll read more that it's people. And, it'll... Yeah. Alex was right from the beginning. Well, take it easy there, pal. The doubling of everybody is actually kind of interesting. Do we like the doubling? Do we like the doubling of everyone having like a doppelganger? Is that kind of sick too? Because that could be like a final step that I do. Yeah, more natural. That you right, Jarrell, you right. Being dead ass about the doubling though, I think that's kind of cool looking. See, I don't... Alex, you claim to always be right, and then you're telling me to triple up? Get a grip. What is the best way to do this? Let me jump. What is the best way to do this? So there's a lot of ways I can do this. Okay, this one is preserved. This will be the one I fuck with. Okay. Just gonna turn this off for now. I'm gonna listen to this banger one more time. Okay, I'm gonna put this underneath. Yeah, that makes it easier. Okay. Let me... Okay. You guys maybe slightly are like, what the hell is he doing? And the answer is, I don't know, I'm figuring this out. Oh, right. Because if I have this... Okay, let's put another person cluster like right there. Okay, enough of that. What to listen to? What to listen to? This channel is really good. My analog journal. They do music mixes of all types of genres in different countries. Let's see here. Brazilian samba. Yeah, that works.
Lava, lavadeira, lava, lava com água e sabão. Lava, lavadeira, lava, lava pra ganhar seu pão. Lavadeira tem 6 filhos, todos
Shit. Okay. I'm gonna fill up this space now. Do these guys. I mostly knew about all that stuff from the movie Uncut Gems, because the opening scene takes place in a place like this, but in Africa instead of Asia. Stressful, but also a masterpiece. If you should see their other movie, Good Time with Robert Pattinson. It's just as good, if not better. Doing the negative space thing is difficult, but I think it'll be worth it. But also, I hope it reads. The thing is to make it read, it has to be like really explicitly those letters. Yeah, the jade cutting episodes turning into a chocolate war, I don't think ever could have been predicted. How am I doing with this? I hope this is working. I think that this is an achievable effect. I just don't know if it's how it's working or if I just gotta really trust in the process here. I just don't know if the negative space is gonna look like the letters. That's what I'm worried of, but let me keep trying. Jarrell is right, the negative space will feel more natural with the randomness of people if done right. But I'm also concerned that there's going to be so much other negative space people won't zero in on these shapes. But maybe I just need to complete the collage to see the collage. Is there a thing too about doing it more literally? Is it will be like very ham-fisted on the nose. It can be yeah, that's true. The thing is like I'm doing this not only to just be making art more instead of doom scrolling and just kind of get into practice because it's been really helping me like stay focused for like my main filmmaking, but also I really want to like grow Tall Skeleton this year, and I've always wanted cool like Adult Swim-esque like art to go along with everything, and that's kind of how I've always wanted to use the social media side of Tall Skeleton. And so I'm like, all right, let me just start making this like Adult Swim core type stuff. And so I definitely want the name and the logo and the letter anagram to start feeling more recognizable to people and just kind of cemented into people's minds more via like cool ad campaigns like this. Trying to kind of hard launch Tall Skeleton more as like a brand that people are interested in. And so making the letters and the logo more of a thing is definitely a big goal with this. Let me grab some like individual guys and then kind of reuse them around. Hold on. You know, something similar I had to do. How do I say this sentence? Something I had to do that was similar once was when I did the green screen tournament last year. This opening thing right here, this everything everywhere all at once effect I did. It's like I had to duplicate the eyes and then sprinkle them around, but I realized that if it's just a million tiny ones, it doesn't actually look like I made the letters out of shapes in a cool way. It just kind of looks like I cheated to an extent. So I had to really figure out like, okay, if there's a curve, let's see if I can create that curve with, you know, a really big one and stuff. And so yeah, this took a really long time. And I remember when they played it on the show, it was like still a minimized screen like this big and nobody saw it. And I don't think there was a single chat message about it, but I'm still happy I did it. There this person is. Let me move this person around and kind of just use them as a filler. Ooh, maybe if I put the logo on overlay also to kind of lighten up the soil a little bit, that'll help. Okay. And then let me duplicate that and then take it off. Just make this a little bit more visible while I'm drawing with all the people. This guy is a good shape for filling in some curves on the letters. Let's approach it this way. I have these big clusters, and now I'm going to be filling in with kind of specific shapes. We'll kind of use the same lesson that I learned from the Everything Everywhere thing. Kind of fill in this curve. Boom. And the thing is, too, is I can always just hue shift their outfits to kind of stand out a little bit less. Gotta keep turning it all the way off to see how much it's like actually working without guided assistance. Let's see here. Let's fill this cluster in between the letters. I think that'll wind up really helping. Okay. Yaw. Let's grab these guys since they're on such a curve. Fuck it, we'll get hat guy also. Boink. Okay. Now, let's see how much I can just get rid of some of these guys without it looking weird that they don't have legs. Do these guys have legs? This guy does. For the most part, no. What about this guy? Okay, I gotta be a little bit more careful when cutting people out so they're not just missing a head like that. Let me, yeah, zoom really far out and then... We're getting close to letters. We're getting closer. So I'm thinking design theory-wise, the most dense clusters of people will be around the letters, and then we'll just kind of do some scattered people about as well. Now it looks like we have the sun coming this way. I'm gonna duplicate the stone again. And I'm gonna... Just gonna... Actually, instead of brightening it or having a duplicate, I'm gonna... do a masked levels. Is there a saturation blending mode? Yeah. There we go. Maybe I'll do even more. Something like that. I think that helps. There we go. Okay. How's chat doing? How are you guys going? Appreciate you guys watching. Let me make a poll. Lunch. Burger. Pasta. Plus. And sauce. We out here. Thank you, Jarrell. We got 8 people right now. This is more than usual, so that's nice. Bro's making burger right now. I grilled burger last night and it was really nice. What's funny about doing Photoshop jobs like this is it kind of goes somewhat underappreciated because if you do a really good job on the background compositing, people won't even know that this is like a million different images. Oh yeah, Jarrell, you weren't even here for this earlier, but look, we got a Rhode Island beach, then we have a California beach, then we have same beach, early city, but then different mountain, and then we got soil, and then we got Myanmar mountains. Pretty crazy, right? And I think, here, redwood forest trees. I would like to add just a humongous tree as well. So I think that that'll be cool. Like, how the fuck are these trees this big? That's fucking insane. Excuse me for burping. I'm in my own home. I'm comfortable right now. I apologize. Ooh. Humongous. Among Us. Little bug dance. Bugs dancing, fellas. Leaving your work and then coming back to it is a good feeling, because I just came back to this. I'm like, oh, this actually looks good. We're doing a good job. That's a good feeling when you're making art. Hold up. I'm just gonna do a quick little... I know I could just find a different image of one of these trees and not use AI expansion, but I really like the way this trunk is shot, and I feel like perspective-wise, the perspective is obviously different than this mound, but I think I can make it work. Boom. Actually, let me look at the other options. Okay, yeah, the first one was best. My instinct was correct. Can't find a background. Come on. Are you guys jamming on the music right now? Are you guys music jamming? Do you got games on your phone? Do you really got games on your phone? The way I just selected around that with the pen tool is the only way I would select things for the longest time before this new AI selection shit came out in Photoshop, and now it's like such a time saver. That does block a lot though. Maybe if I put it like... Maybe if I put it under the soil? Kind of like that. Yeah, I dig that. Okay. Let me flip it and reverse it. To have kind of a symmetrical type beat. You're so jamming? Hell yeah. Yeah, no, for real. For like the last year or two, I've had a lot of ideas for how to do a video essay talking about use of AI in art and the pros and cons, and I think I've debated whether or not I even want to make it for a while, just because it's such a talked about subject, and I know that so many people just don't even want to hear it, you know, but my main take is that the world-ending implications are scary enough to where I would definitely maybe rather not have all this AI shit than have it. But at the same time, it is here to stay. We can't un-AI the world. And so my thought was like, okay, the people who are using it, I think there's a spectrum of legitimate to not legitimate uses. And I think that basically like tech guys are like, I love AI. There's nothing ever wrong with AI. And I think that a lot of artist type people, understandably so, maybe even more understandably so, are like, this is evil 100% of the time, always, always, always. And I think that that's a little bit hyperbolic as well. And so I kind of would want to split the difference in a single video. And stuff like this, like not having to rotoscope shit, is a major, major dub for AI tools literally just saving time. And also, I think AI is very interesting for collage work like this. I'll let you guys on a secret. This ladybug image is AI. This crocodile foot is AI, this ladybug is real, this clover is real, and this is a big collage of real and not real images, and I did a lot of editing work to kind of get it to look the way I wanted it to. But I think it looks really cool, and I think that with collage work, doing a blend can lead to interesting results.
Crioula para mulato, crioula, 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 crioula é.
Yeah, that's the thing, is government regulation and laws about AI is like very, very pivotal for that conversation. And back in the day, like the 2017-ish era, the final era where people on the left really liked and trusted and respected Elon Musk, that's kind of back when he was talking a lot about like AI regulation stuff. And it was like, oh, maybe he can help. But it's like now we see that he's like potentially the most corrupt person on the entire planet. And so it's like, ugh, I do not trust him to do shit about that at all. He can go fuck himself.
Menino, me dá beijo, por favor, não diga não. Se o beijo for sincero, esse do meu coração. Eu te dou lelê, eu te dou lalá. Gente do norte, já vou voltar. Eu te dou lelê, lelê, dou lalá. Gente do norte, eu já vou voltar.
Dude, not to get all political on the art stream, but bruh, he's literally shutting down the government agencies he's being investigated by, which takes an act of Congress, and for some reason, nobody's doing shit about it. What's happening? They also like created, oh my god, I can't get into it. It's too upsetting. What I will say is the Daily Show has been fire lately. Been really loving having Jon Stewart back. And I sometimes my inner peace is a lot better when I'm more tapped out of the news, but lately shit's just been so crazy. I've kind of had to be tapped back in again. Eesh. Anyways, back to making art. How are we feeling about the tree? Is it too distracting of an element? I'm now realizing that this was the central point, and now it's like very just kind of whack, just like right in the middle next to the headstone. Maybe it would be better, like here? Let me see. How would that look behind the Myanmar, not Myanmar, wherever it is. Anti-tree gang? You think the tree is just, we don't even need it? The thing is I kind of wanted to make this feel like they were surrounded by big trees. So maybe I could do smaller trees so it's like, I don't know, let me just get rid of the tree for now. Let me bring that soil back. Jarrell, do you think it's just overly complicated looking, the tree? Like, complicated to the rest of the image, I suppose? Let me ease up on the stone levels as well, I think. Let me go like here. There we go. Okay, I'm procrastinating doing the people, because I know it's the most difficult part. And this whole art project is me procrastinating doing my real art projects, so... But I will say, guys, I finished the newest music video short film comedy skit that's coming out on the channel. Yes, it's all three of those things at once. Great feed. Great. Okay. I turned off the shadow. There we go. Need those shadows. Yeah, there will be a very funny music video that I think is cinematic looking as well coming out on the channel relatively soon, so look out for that. Thank you to the delegates of the anti-tree gang in the chat. I still think that something could be added to kind of put them in a little bit of like a forest cove, but maybe it is just wholly unneeded. Yeah, that's the thing. Another big thing does take... I mean, I guess if I had redwood forest trees, but they still are smaller than the rock, maybe then I could do it, but I don't... Is there even a wide shot existing of, like, a redwood forest tree like that? Kind of wanted them to fill in this spot right here.
Dia 31 de dezembro, dia de princesa do mar. Mais uma onda desmaiou na praia, mais uma estrela mudou de lugar. Fechou, não choveu nem ventou. Fechou, não choveu nem ventou. Bati a cabeça no ponto, riscado em sua vibração. As velas acendem do lado, mais perto do meu coração. Fechou, não choveu nem ventou. Fechou, não choveu nem ventou. Eu clamava, eu pedia, e às vezes eu ouvia, vindo de longe, sei lá, o canto da própria Iemanjá, o canto da própria Iemanjá.
Okay. Another thing on the AI art note is I think that most of AI imagery that people are being exposed to is like slop being made by tech people with literally zero sense of artistic direction and inspiration, and they're just kind of making like bullshit. And I think that when it comes to prompt writing, you can get creative with the way that you blend aesthetics and giving highly specific directions. And Midjourney literally has an image blend feature, and I've like inputted completely opposite looking things just to see like what weird result comes out the other end, and then you can blend that with something else, and then you can use that as like concept art or something, and then make a whole other thing. And yeah, I just think basically my point there is that I think that more artistic people will make more interesting things than all the like shitty art directionless like tech bro stuff that we mostly see. Yeah, I'm listening to music from this channel, My Analog Journal, where basically people spin vinyl collections, and it's usually like a country and then a genre. Like, what the hell is Chicago funk? I don't know, but we might listen to that next. How do you pronounce the A with a N-Y, or a tilde above it? Hioea? I don't know how to say. Hioeo? Is that how I would say your name? Hioeo Martins? Would that be correct? Joon. Okay. So does your first name kind of creates like a N sound that isn't represented with like a letter basically? Well, I guess it is represented with a letter, but just not in like a traditional English sense use of that sound, I guess. That's one thing that's really interesting about learning other languages is it's like you take for granted in English how many like rules and exceptions you're taught as a kid to where you don't have to think about them too hard, but I've been totally off of it for like a year or two, probably like 2 years at this point, but I was learning like Korean for a little bit on Duolingo, and I was really enjoying it. But I would think I had the kind of rules down of their alphabet and pronunciations, and then all of a sudden what it was telling me was written, and then what was spelled would just not line up with anything else I learned, and I was like, why does it make that sound now? And it's just like learning all of those intricacies is the difficult part, I think. I've never been good at learning other languages. I took a few years of Spanish when I was younger, and I was just never very good at it. And my teacher had a short patience for me. I always felt like he was fucking with me. Oh, okay. Portuguese. Is that flag the Portuguese flag? I don't really know foreign flags very well. My brother is super good at that kind of thing. We're getting close to letters. Let me fill this gap. That'll help a lot. I think I'm just gonna have to fill that gap with a bunch of individual people like that, instead of trying to find a cluster. That'll probably be easier if I just kind of keep cutting folks out. Oh, they're literally already right there. That's like where I needed to put them. That's so funny. Okay, well in that case, I'll take these two fellas as well. Look at this fit. Kind of fire. This guy would never think that, like, years after this photo was taken, some dude in Arizona would be talking about his outfit from hundreds of feet up in the air to a live audience. No, how could he even conceive that? The short answer is he couldn't, and he wouldn't, and he didn't. Okay, okay, yeah, that's the Brazilian flag. I didn't think that was the Portuguese flag, because I recognize that flag, and I was like, for some reason Portugal just does not seem right, but I was like, also at the same time, what do I know? Not much. Let's zoom out, just do a little letter check. You know, in graphic design, like vector-based, like working in Illustrator graphic design, I have done like collages before, and I always find them to be one of the most frustrating art forms, specifically collages with a bunch of pieces like this, because I've found that until you put like the last piece in place, it can feel very like this isn't working and this doesn't look like anything, and that's somewhat how I'm feeling making this right now. But then I know that once we get all the people placed, it'll look really good. And so that's kind of the irony of just seeing it to the end and kind of trusting the process. I will say, sometimes when I stream, I have a moment of like remembering what I'm doing, and then I'm like talking out loud, and it can really make me have a disassociative type moment where I'm like, oh, I'm just in my living room yapping into a void, but there are people hearing this. Wild. But also having a small audience kind of chatting, and I can have a back and forth, makes it feel more normal. But sometimes I'm like, whoa, what am I doing right now? Had one of those moments during my last ramble. Ooh, 1250. I know most of the people watching right now are probably from H3, and they're probably going to switch over to that in like 30 minutes or so. But if they're late, maybe I'll get an hour extra. But yeah, this is going a bit longer than I originally meant, but that's okay, because I think it's turning out really cool. Oh, let's look at the poll results. Okay, so people like burger and pasta, tacos, This is kind of the reverse of what I thought. I thought people would vote for Mexican food and breakfast food. That is interesting. Okay, and then what do I need to do again? I need to fill this little spot. Let me grab these folks right here. And I think I'm gonna move this guy closer. Oh, this project has so many fucking layers right now. Yeah, so let me grab this guy and put him... And I think this curve and then this curve is going to be important. Let me... let's see here. Is there a group that I can just kind of reuse that I already have in use? Let's see here. Put this group up here. Nah, a little bit too close. Yeah, let's go back to the drawing board. I'm gonna grab these people up here. Okay, let's see here. And then let me grab these people. Boom. That's looking more like something. Hell yeah. Okay, let's close this off right here. I think this is turning out pretty cool. Let's grab these guys. Alex, good suggestion on the gravestone thing. I think sometimes I kind of try to stray away from stuff that feels a little overly on the nose, but then also it's like, at the same time, you kind of have to do that stuff as well, just, you know, make things not too niche, obscure, or whatever, actually just kind of do the thing. And in this case, I think we found a pretty cool, creative way to do it. Yesterday, I went a little literal with the giant skeleton foot, but I wanted to really obscure it with something tiny. I think that one turned out really cool too. I'm gonna make this one a little bit contrastier because I think it was on a... Yeah, there we go. Just to kind of match the rest a little bit more. I think things down here are a little bit lighter in that original photo. I think maybe putting them like right here also. Okay. So... Okay, this is just how it originally was. I didn't place these guys, I'm now remembering. So, I'm thinking... I'm gonna grab these people and move them more like here. Yeah. This is coming together pretty nicely. Photoshop is fun. I think that if I do use this kind of just slightly lightened overlay just to like extra accentuate it, that'll be good. Let's see here. Yeah, I gotta make that a little bit harder of an edge. Let's use these people again, because they make a good straight line. Just got to erase out this truck that they were standing in front of. And then also rotate them off this slant a bit more. Have a good one, Drill. What YouTube notification am I getting? See you next Thursday in 30 minutes. So maybe I'll wrap this up soon, since most of my audience is gonna go over there, if not all of them. I need to make breakfast. Might wind up not finishing this on stream in that case, but it'll definitely get posted on Instagram. I'll keep going though for at least like another 20 or so. Also, does anybody use Tumblr or have a desire to get back into Tumblr if you used to? Because I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out like how I do like Instagram versus Patreon versus what, but I think, you know, maybe doing just some random blog posts and reblogging like cool shit on Tumblr could be fun, because fuck Twitter. And honestly, like, even Instagram these days feels like a business in a way. Like, it's so LinkedIn coded now that I'm just kind of like, maybe we should just bring back Tumblr. I feel like it would be a cool place for stuff like this, especially since on there you can open it like full screen. And you're not limited to just using it on like a phone app like Instagram, because even on Instagram desktop, it's not like you can open images and like really look at them and appreciate them, you know? Which is a major blunder, I think, on Instagram's part. I feel like if anything, it's good for privacy reasons. But I feel like if they just had a setting where you just straight up distinguished, okay, this is a personal account versus this is an art account. I feel like for art accounts, having a toggleable setting of like, I want people to be able to click full screen / copy or save my image. I feel like that would be such a natural feature that you would expect them to have, but they just kind of don't. So yeah, that's my thought. That's my 2 cents. Question is, should I do a human skull or should I do another like giant animal thing? I feel like in this case a human skull will actually work well since it's being contrasted by all the tiny people. This image would kind of be perfect if it wasn't so fucking small. No, mega awesome nerd. I am making tall skeleton kind of magazine cover type ads. This is also my original character, Bug. Here is Bug doing a little dance in Blender grease pencil, which is pretty cool and fun. Over in the poll, you can vote on my lunch. And yeah, we're doing collage art today. Trying to have a bunch of people spell the TS for tall skeleton. And finally, in the background, there might be more layers than you expect. Beach, beach, beach. We abandoned that. Soil. Myanmar mountains. Shadows. So yeah. Are you not entertained? Okay. Gotta get these letters going. Let me take care of this top brim finally. I feel like that's gonna do a lot of the work. Where's a good group of like people standing in a straight line that I haven't overly used? Okay, so Avery, I think that the redwood tree could be interesting, but here's the big issue with it. There's two big issues. One, big no pun intended actually. For one thing, when it's here, it feels a little bit overly taking away from the central element of the gravestone. But also, as Jarrell said, I feel the focal point of the image is all converging on a massive object. And so if there's another massive object, it kind of takes away from it a little bit. Something I was thinking was perhaps if I have giant trees, but they're smaller than the stone, I could put them in a forest. But I don't know. I think it's getting abandoned, unless it was like right here or something to where it's not. It's still kind of all one big shape. Maybe I don't know. Like here. It was like here, like maybe, but I don't know. I don't know if we need it really. I feel like maybe there's something missing, so maybe, but we're gonna think about it. Okay, so let's see here. Gotta create a straight line. Of people going across right there. What's the best? I can use these people. Haven't really used them yet, I don't think. And they're all standing far apart enough from each other, I can kind of just group them together as I need. Ooh, some sitting people. That'll be interesting. Yeah, let me grab all these folk. We have some people saying it's too empty, some people saying it's too busy. We gotta figure it out. Ah! What the hell was that feature? Why did that folder open? What the fuck? Why did my QWERTY... I don't even know what I just did. I like dragged a layer up here and it started opening a folder. 35... Copy, there we go. That was all the frames from my Absinthe Joel Haver style music video. Okay. So, first of all, let's take this fella, put him like right there. Let's take... Yeah, let's take this guy. Yeah, Joe, if you haven't seen, this is my music video for Lil QWERTY, which has, it's a whole Absinthe short film music video. It has a whole comedy skit with Joel Haver and Trent in it. And I have another music video comedy skit hybrid coming out soon, so... Yeah, Absinthe is cool for getting to do cinematic stuff like that I can't do in real life. Anyways. Let's put this guy, like, here. Now let's flip him. And then can kind of curve around the T like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, I am getting hungry. I am getting hungry for reals. Sometimes I get excited when I get hungry because I honestly don't get hungry that much because of how much I'll just like passively snack or whatever. So the times I do get hungry, for one thing, my brain has this illusion like, ooh, I'm losing weight right now. But also, I'm like, oh, when I eat food, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be extra good because I'm hungry.
No bolso direito não tinha dinheiro, que esquerdo não tinha nem tem. Só tinha
This guy's making a weird silhouette. That'll help.
pra onda que vai que
I think I'm gonna put him in this little corner right here. Yeah, that's a good fill right there, boy.
sair à procura de flores bonitas, desfeitas pelas mãos do meu mestre Jesus, pra ver meu pandeiro e as flores sumindo.
You know, comedy-wise, I really love just like dumb little like witty one-liners or just sentences that just have like a funny attitude behind it. And I remember back on the Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with Jon Stewart, Colbert picks him up like really early because he starts his day really early, and it was back when he was originally on The Daily Show. I know he's back now, but it was back in his original run. So he picks him up from his house really early, they go do some stuff, they go to the office, they get some stuff ready, and then they just have some time. And John was like talking about the joys of getting up as early as he does, and he was like, and then my favorite time of the day, 11 a.m. because then, you know, he's like kind of talking about how they're all caught up with stuff, and then like the rest of the day is kind of set up to just be good. He's like, 11 a.m. because then it's just waiting around for lunch. and that line is just really funny to me. Then it's just waiting around for lunch.
Já não posso mais remar, quase já quebrei meu remo. E tu nem sai do lugar, bebe essa água suja. Me ajude a sair desse mar a canoa. Oh, canoa, já não posso mais remar, quase já quebrei meu remo. E tu nem sai do lugar, bebe essa água suja. Me ajude a sair desse mar. Já naveguei por esses mares, penei. Eu pensei que Deus ia se esquecer de nós dois. Oh, canoa,
You see the vision.
da tua,
Do you see the vision?
continua na boa. Oh, canoa, senta pua, nossa vida continua. Oh, canoa, já não posso mais remar, quase já quebrei meu remo. E tu nem sai do lugar, não bebe essa água suja. Me ajude a sair desse mar. Oh, canoa, já não posso mais remar, quase já quebrei meu remo. E tu nem sai do lugar, não bebe essa
Let's
água
close that up.
suja. A sair desse mar.
Let's put this guy right over here. Right over here, mate.
Que Deus ia se esquecer de nós dois. Oh, canoa, senta pua, nossa vida continua na boa. Oh, canoa, senta pua, nossa vida continua na boa. Oh, canoa, senta pua, nossa vida continua na boa.
Sheesh. It's turning out pretty cool. Turning out pretty cool, everybody. Now, here's what'll be interesting. Let me do something. Let me do that, and then that, and then that. And then, why don't I just create a little bit of chateau? Just some inner shadows for where everybody's standing. Might help. Stone. Get rid of that dumbass grass. I don't know if that's working actually. Let me fill in this spot a bit more.
Saberás, saberás, saberás como eu te amo, meu amor. Vem para os meus braços que encontrarás a paz. Quero sentir o seu calor. Saberás, 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 saberás como eu te amo, meu amor. Vem para os meus braços que encontrarás a paz. Quero sentir o seu calor. Não fique sentir saudades.
How's everybody doing? Thanks for hanging out as long as you have been. This has been fun.
Para comigo brincar, se não vem sim, eu vou morrer de chorar. Lá, 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 lá. Venha esse ano. Para comigo brincar, se não vem sim, eu vou morrer de chorar. Saberás, 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 saberás
I'm gonna bring this up to the top just so I can reference what. Yeah, maybe I'll take this really dense group of people and use it to fill in the corner better. It's using dense clusters of people is definitely good for just having the defined edges. And then, where was I gonna put these folks? Like here-ish? Pretty close to where they were in the original. I don't know why, but using this lady over and over again has kind of been my go-to, and I kind of like it. She just has like such a power stance. Okay, and then I think this should be filled in a little bit more. Find a diagonal motherfucker, put there. Let's get this guy going. Whoa! Whoa! That does it a little bit, but still need to fill in more. That actually did help a lot. I think more of a defined outline there as well. Let's see. Let's grab these three folks. Now let's put them like here. Let's take this guy. Put them all the way up here. That's probably good enough. Use them like right there. And ooh, that's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. I'm wondering too if this should be actually, instead of lightened, it should be like a darkened kind of situation. Yeah, that makes more sense because they would be casting shadows. This is looking good. Let me just close off the S. Put some people like right here. Let's grab these guys. Okay. Let's put these guys. Oh, how much did they get delayed? Like 30 minutes? Okay, sick. Let's start adding in some of the random miscellaneous people, which I think will kind of help tie this together more as well. And assuming I don't finish on stream right now, you guys can see this finished thing here on Instagram whenever it's done, and then I'll probably also post it on Twitter and Blue Sky. I don't really use Twitter so much anymore. My friends have an old group chat where we send each other memes, and that's like kind of the only thing, but I got my usernames, so that's something. But yeah, let's I don't know, get Blue Sky popping, get the Elon alternative going. That is also not the Zuckerberg alternative of Threads. Are there any Thread heads in chat? Big Threads users? Anybody using Threads? I remember when they first launched that, it really felt like, oh, they did something, and then immediately people were like, ah, fuck this, I don't want to use Instagram, Twitter. I wonder how much money they sunk into making Threads and how much upkeep it is, because it just kind of exists now, and I don't know like one person that's like a Threads user, you know? But it's like, they're surely out there. And then finally, as usual, the Patreon is the pinned comment. $1 gets you special thanks on main channel videos. I just don't put them in the on-screen credits for commissions like music videos. And then $3 gets you access to any and all Patreon exclusive stuff, which currently my system for the lives is whenever I do the next episode, it is no longer a public live stream anymore, and you can only access it through the $3 tier on Patreon. So rewatching any of these, like last week's episode where we were talking with Jarrell and drawing for like 5 hours, that is now $3 paywalled. And then for $15, I will watch and give feedback or advice or whatever you want out of me watching or taking a look at any art you make. And I don't know, to the 4 people here, would anybody want a Discord server? I just feel like doing a Discord server is like upkeep. I don't know if Avery is still here. I know he has his own, but he's also like, he does mod work. I've never done mod work, and I don't know. Making your own Discord server, I'm like, then I gotta like have that as like a chore, as like a thing I gotta monitor and upkeep and make sure people aren't being weird in. But then at the same time, it's like, could be cool and fun for just art stuff, and maybe I'm overthinking it. So, I don't know. Let me know if you think a Tall Skeleton Discord would be fun. We can consider that. Although I would make it lower. I wouldn't make it like the $15 tier. I didn't mean to imply like only for $15. Okay. Yeah, see, that's the thing, Avery, is it's just like, I don't know. I don't want to have to maintain a thing. Jarrell has his, but like, it's so small and low key, and kind of, I think, just mostly his like only like real friends are mostly in there, and so it's probably not like a stressor for him. Hello. We're doing a big tall skeleton magazine ad type joint. I think it's looking pretty cool. There we go. Which layer is that? Thanks for hanging out, Avery. See, I think Jarrell has his Jomo Discord set up as a public thing, but it's like anybody can join it. I just think the reality is that he only has, I assume, people he knows in there, but I don't know, maybe there's some Jomo heads in there. Oh, you're good. No problem. You doing some... Well, I guess this is asking you a question, which is the opposite of what you just said, but I assume you're doing some video editing work. I finished a music video edit yesterday, and then today I'm going to get started on the other one I have shot. You don't feel pressured to do anything. You can do whatever you want to do. Alex. Really just, I guess, the idea of a Discord is if that's like something people would actually want. Oh yeah, I forgot about the bones. I forgot we were looking at bones before Avery jumped in. Bones are spooky. What kind of brush could I use to kind of naturally put this like underground? What could I do? This is like a Studio Ghibli pack of brushes I bought for a few dollars. I don't know. It doesn't even look like anything anymore. Have fun locking in. H3 chill. That kind of looks like something. I don't know. The eye hole is also kind of a distracting element. It's so dark. Try that. Let me do a whole canvas flip. That still feels like a balanced image to me. I'm trying to do the thing where you flip your art to see if it still looks good. That still feels balanced to me. Okay. The cow skull will stay for now. Let me use the burn tool, set the highlights, exposure, yeah. Let me just get burning on that. Sometimes I like to zoom really far out just to see how things are reading visually. Let me see here. Let me get a Fibonacci going. I don't think I've literally ever once in my life overlaid a Fibonacci sequence over my work, but today I'm gonna do that. Actually, what am I doing? I can just invert it. There we go. It's feeling pretty compositionally balanced. Pretty good, pretty good. I have literally never done this before. But in fact, it's actually feeling pretty on point. Where'd those bones go? Where'd I put those bones? They're there. There's something a little bit more like that. Going back, yeah. I don't know. Might not need the skull. Maybe just more people will be good. Have that as a placeholder. And you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I suppose. Let me just put these people how they were originally placed. I think the forest in the background I want to make a little bit darker. The contrast is feeling a little much. Hold on. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it here shortly. I'm getting pretty dang hungry. And I know the audience is gonna go watch H3 probably anyway. Okay. It's looking pretty good. When you zoom out, it really looks like a TS. We will finish this later and post it on the internet. I don't know, really. I kind of just put that poll up to get a vibe check from people. I have like one leftover burger from yesterday I can eat, but I think I want more food than that, so I gotta figure it out. Okay. I'm gonna end this. Bye, everybody. Thanks for the help.